Hey, what's going on, folks? It's Jay Kevin Powell. I am thinking through how to best approach this thought. And I think the best way, the easiest way to say it is, y'all, it's just time. It's time for all of us to be okay being idiots. Like, here's my explanation. So, I'm taking Spanish. I'm trying to learn Spanish. I want to be fluent. And I started taking Spanish second grade. That's right. After school program, Baltimore City, second grade, started taking Spanish. I then didn't take it every year, so I started in second grade, missed a couple years in there, and then started back in middle school, took it in high school, took it in college. Should be fluent about now. I am not. But but honestly, the real reason is because I never used it. And the real reason I never used it is the real reason that a lot of us are so scared to do or to learn anything new. And it's simply because we don't want to look like idiots. I used to say that it was because I didn't want to butcher the language and I didn't want to offend somebody by saying something wrong. And I didn't want to do this and I didn't want to do that. And I wanted to be respectful, yada, 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 trash, 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 crap, crap, crap. It was all simply, I didn't want to look like an idiot. Because the weird thing that happens is when we're young, right? When we're young, we're in school and we're around scenarios where we're learning all the time. We're in this process of learning all the time, right? And so we always know that we don't know something. It's a constant reminder. We don't know everything. And then you get out of school, and then as life goes on, you start to get into this place where all of a sudden it's like you actually expect yourself to know all the answers to everything. And then when you don't, because you're not in school, and I do think this is partially because you're not in school, you don't necessarily know where to go to ask. You don't necessarily have somebody to ask. And the real truth is, sometimes you're just not brave enough to ask. Why? Because you don't want to look like an idiot. You don't want to seem dumb. Somewhere, for some reason, because you got out of school and you moved on, and I say you, but I mean we, because it includes me too, because I got out of school, because I moved on, because I went on to something else, I all of a sudden hit this point where I'm thinking that I'm actually supposed to know the answer to just about everything that I'm supposed to know the answer to, which is everything. Yeah, I know. And so what that does is it creates this block in life. And it creates this block that limits us from being able to evolve, from being able to grow, from being able to experience. Because that I don't want to look like an idiot thing. I'm using it in relationship to Spanish. But use it. Let's bend it out to some other small stuff. Use it in a relationship to driving a stick shift, or use it in a relationship to understanding why somebody wants to drive an electric car. Ooh, you know, use it in a relationship to how somebody dresses, because I might wear a big hat and because I might wear funky clothes, or I might wear bracelets or necklace or a t-shirt or some shoes or something that you wouldn't wear. And instead of understanding why that fashion choice feels like me, or becoming closer to understanding, oh, why would he do that instead of that? Instead of doing that, the decision is, I cannot. Nope. Uh, I don't know any male that dresses like that. I mean, think about how often we get so defensive and push things so far away from us simply because we don't want to look like an idiot at the fact that we just don't understand it. And the crazy part is, as people, we're not supposed to understand everybody. Why do you think this world is so big? Why do you think there are so many people out here in so many cultures in so many countries? Why do you think there are so many talents, habits, fashion options, colors, shoes, computers? I don't know, jobs. Like, I'm trying to think of anything. Can you figure out anything that comes down to just one or two? And for the people who are scared to look like idiots at that fact who said gender, think about it again. What is it that you need to look like an idiot for that makes you look more like an idiot by being unwilling to learn about it? than by being willing to understand. Nobody said, and this goes the same for school. Think about school. Let's go back to elementary school. When you were in an elementary school, or we were in middle school, or we were in high school, let's college. I don't care what school, pre-K, daycare. I don't care. Whatever school we were in, right? When we were in school, there was always this understanding, always this option that you learned these things because these things were the steady foundation of everything that you needed to know. Yeah, you learned them. How many people don't celebrate Valentine's Day because they're like, big deal, it's Valentine's Day? You learned about it, but you don't celebrate it. How many people, I'm going to mess with your patriots here, the patriotisms, but how many people love to talk about July 4th and it's the greatest day in American history? And yet you can have people who say, yes, that was America's Independence Day, but not for everybody. And if you're arguing with that statement in your head or out loud, if you're arguing with the statement that I made earlier about gender in your head or out loud, if you're arguing with the concept of people having different understandings, approaches, or beliefs or not beliefs in God in your head or out loud, then ask yourself, what information are you unwilling to be an idiot about that's making you look like more of an idiot right now? Because just like in school where you learned about something, you had to understand something, become better at it, but then were provided with this knowledge that allowed you to understand it enough to determine and make a decision about whether you believed it or not. You are now avoiding the opportunity for yourself to get enough information about something to truly understand it. And therefore, your decision to make a belief or to have a position on something you are unwilling to be an idiot about makes you look like an idiot because you don't even understand it. You're running out here and we run out here and we repeat stuff from people we've never seen. And we read stuff from things that are on a website that we don't know if it's ever fact checked. It's .au.rs.ru.com, jerrysblog.com. And we're like, well, this person said. We run around, whether it's left, right, up or down, east, west, north, south. I don't care what end of the spectrum it is. We run around taking stuff that people have said, and then we go regurgitate it to family. And then when family has an opposing opinion or an opposing thought, we shut it down without even considering them. And those are people you know, live, and have loved that you are pushing out the way for somebody you have no clue who it is because you've never seen their picture. And you think they're an idiot for their beliefs when you're looking like an idiot because you're unwilling to even hear, talk, or understand the full picture. I didn't think about that. Take your favorite artwork, your favorite poster, your favorite image, your favorite whatever, and cut that crap in half. And that's how we sometimes live. That's how we live when we don't feel like looking like an idiot, when we don't make the responsible decision to be an idiot to learn something. When we're unwilling to be idiots just so we can basically look like bigger, more ridiculous idiots. Yeah, I had to learn to be okay with it. I had to learn to get lessons. I had to learn Carlos is allowing me to talk to him. I had to learn to speak my broken Spanish with Roberto. I had to learn to be okay looking like an idiot so that I can not look like a larger idiot. So what in your life do you not, or change that, what in your life do you look like an idiot about? And figure out, find 2 or 3 people, never just one, never just one. Find 2 or 3 people that will allow you to look like an idiot so you can actually get on the path to looking smart. Because one of those is like idiot to intelligence. The other one is big idiot to bigger idiot. Yo, folks, we need to get comfortable with it. We need to go back to elementary school, middle school, high school. we need to look like idiots.